Hi everybody, Sandy here. I am making kind of a whole Mexican dinner here. I've been making short ribs, I've been making flan, some salsa or pico de gallo. Now I'm gonna make ceviche as an appetizer. So that's raw fish. I'm gonna actually have shrimp also, and it gets cooked in lime juice. The actual acidity from the lime juice cooks it, and then it's just with a bunch of vegetables, some cucumbers, tomatoes, red onion, and jalapeno. And that's about it. So come along with me and we will make one more thing today. All right, come on. Okay, so for the ceviche, the first thing it calls for is half of a red onion. So we'll go ahead and do that. And it says to cut it, instead of cutting it across the grain like we normally do, it says to do it this way. At least the recipe I found does. Don't think it, well, these things do matter sometimes. So it does want it sliced very thin. So we will go ahead and do that. Oops, I actually want to go through here. I guess we gotta cut off this, our root. Now look, notice I'm not doing the curled fingers and stuff. If you're using a sharp knife, you really don't need to worry about it because it's not going to slip. All right, those I'm happy with. These are all right. Yeah, okay. That one I'm a little worried about. And more on the floor. Definitely need somebody to clean up after me, that's for sure. Okay, one red onion. 1/2 red onion. All right, then it says salt. It says about a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. I just put a little bit in there. I'll put a little bit more. We're gonna have to eyeball it. We'll have to taste it later, or we can taste it before we put the raw fish in. All right, next is 3/4 of a cup fresh lime juice. That's gonna be a lot of limes. Hopefully I have enough here. I guess I must have used 5 in that last recipe I did instead of 4. Oh well. I've got what I've got. I think that this is going to give me about a 1/4 cup, but I happen to have lime juice in the fridge. I will make up the difference there. It's not fresh, but it'll do. Oh yes, I am going to be well short of 3/4 of a cup. That's okay. Like I said, I've got lime juice in the fridge, so I can use that. It won't be quite as good, but it'll be good nonetheless. What do I got? I got just under a 1/4 cup. And that is just under 3/4 of a cup, but I think it'll be fine. All right, that's going in here. Next up, 1 to 2 garlic cloves, minced. Okay. 2 cloves of garlic. Next up, 1 fresh serrano and jalapeno. I actually have a half one here, and I'm gonna leave the seeds and membrane in for this because I tasted this jalapeno without seeds and membrane, and it was very mild. So I'm gonna go ahead and use them. That will add a little bit of spice to it, but shouldn't be too much. And I'm gonna do these to a fine chop as well, so nobody gets a giant bite of jalapeno and I'm wrong and it blows their head off, because nobody wants their friend's head to be blown off, I hope. Not usually, anyway. You know, family's a different story, but friends, no. Just kidding. My wife and I have been married just over 32 years, and we like to joke that in all those 32 years, we never once thought about divorce. Murder? Yes. Divorce, never. So now, someday, years from now, when my wife dies and it looks nefarious, they're going to come back to this video and say, see? He said he wanted to kill her. But that's not true. It's just a fun joke. Well, that part's true. Okay, this looks pretty good here. That's pretty fine. Let's go ahead and put that in. All right, that's our jalapeno. All right, then it calls for the fish. I'm making a small batch here. It calls for a pound of fish, and I certainly don't have a pound here. I have 1 fillet, but that's what I'm going to do because I don't want a ton of leftovers. It's probably still going to be leftovers, even with doing only this much. We want the fish chunks big enough that you know you're getting a bite of fish, but not so big that you go, oh my God, I'm getting a bite of fish. No, just kidding. But not so big that that's the only thing that you taste in a bite, right? We want to taste the onions. We want to taste the jalapeno, the tomatoes that we're going to put in, the cucumber we're going to put in. Okay, so I don't know. They're about 3/4 of a centimeter by 3/4 of a centimeter ish. No, that's not right. 3/4 of an inch. 1.5 centimeters ish. Okay, there's the fish. Now, I've also got some shrimp, but my wife doesn't eat shrimp, so I'm going to do those separate. Or I'm going to take some of this out for my wife and put the shrimp in. You got it. Okay, 1 cup of grape tomatoes. That's probably not quite a cup. Give those a rinse. Grab a few more. Okay, there we go. And we're going to give those a chop. Or I think I'm going to quarter them. Yeah. Okay, don't tell my wife that I said this, but she's right. This is going to be way too much food for just 3 people tonight. This is just the appetizer. So, yeah. Well, that's okay. We'll have some leftovers. I'm going to make a lotte also. Got my corn soaking in the sink so I can grill it. You know, as I'm looking at this bowl, I think that that's probably an okay amount of tomatoes. So I'm not going to do all these. Okay, what's left? Tomatoes. Got it. Cilantro. Get rid of this. All right. Got some cilantro here. I ripped off half earlier. Just gonna rinse this. You always have to rinse your cilantro because it grows in sandy soil. Ha ha ha, sandy. But you don't want that, obviously, in your food. So give your cilantro a rinse. Just kind of gathering it all in here so I can easily chop it. Doesn't have to be super fine, but we definitely want to cut it though, because cutting it releases the oils and other juices that are in there, and that's what we want to permeate the flavor of our ceviche. Well, not just that, otherwise we wouldn't put in lime juice or salt or etc. Okay, and then it says a cup of diced cucumber. So I think that that's going to be, I'm going to put in, I don't know, half a cucumber. But I am going to do a trick here. We don't want all these seeds in there. So just take a spoon and scoop those out, because that's all that's going to add is water. And we got plenty of water from our lime juice, and we want it to be limey, not watery. All right. So that's easy. Come on, stay over there. Now you can jazz this up with other stuff as well. You can put avocado in here if you want, but if you're gonna add avocado, save that for right before you serve it, because otherwise the lime will make it turn it into complete mush, and you don't want mushy avocado. You want it to be soft but firm. All right, cucumber. That's it. There's nothing else to do here other than give it a mix and give it time for that lime juice to do its work and cook the fish. Now, what I'm going to do here, after I get this mixed up, and yes, it's way too much, I will have to concede that to my wife when the time comes. But okay. Probably could have used with less onion. Could have used less onion also, but that's okay. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a bowl and I'm going to put some aside for my wife with juice. Okay, and then this one I'm going to add our shrimp to. All right, I happen to get some big ones here. All right, you always want to devein your shrimp. What does devein your shrimp mean? Whoops, that's not compost. Devein your shrimp. See that black? That's shrimp poop. We don't like shrimp poop in our food. Shrimp poop is icky. So we just cut along the back of the shrimp here, which opens that up. Now we can go over here to the sink and just wash that out. Pull it out, whatever you need to do, so that your shrimp doesn't have poop in it. All right, I'm gonna do these other. See this one's nice and clean already. Great. Don't have to worry about him. This one. A little down here at the bottom. Okay, one more to go. This guy looks all right. Whoops. All right. Whoops. Hello, dog. That is our 17-year-old dachshund whose name is Tisp, as in teaspoon. TSP. We used to have two. His brother, who was from the same litter, we named Tibble. TBL, as in tablespoon. And as much as you guys are all going to assume that I named the dog, or the dogs, because of their names, it's not true. Actually, my older son, Joel, came up with the names when the dogs were puppies. We got them from a rescue. Obviously, a long time ago, 17 years ago. Okay, there's our shrimp. That's going to go in here also. I'll give that a mix. And then both of these bowls are just going to go into the refrigerator for the next few hours. I'll take them out maybe another time or two. Give them a stir, make sure that the lime juice is coating everything nicely. But that's it. That's ceviche. And you just eat this with tortilla chips. I'm actually going to throw a little bit more lime juice in. Because what can it hurt? This one especially. All right. There you go. Ceviche. And I'm not going to yell at dinner. All right. See you later.
If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. Subscribe to Sandi Cooks on YouTube so you don't miss new recipes.